Well, hey friends, we're going to do something a little different here. This video is actually going to be kind of a time-lapse video. First, what we have in front of us here are three of the pastel monocolor early D&D modules. All three of these are actually first printings. So we've got a first printing of the D3 Wall to the Drow, first printing of the Tomb of Horrors, see down the bottom there, and then a first printing of the S2 White Plume Mountain. So they're in pretty good shape. I'm going to show a couple of the flaws on it. And what we're going to do here is we're going to kind of film the flaws. We're going to film each of these items as a as kind of like condition wise. And then I'm going to actually send these in to get graded by CGC, Comic Guarantee Corp. I've done some comics with them. They've recently started grading modules and books for D&D and other games. There's a small amount of them out in the marketplace right now. And I personally have considered some of my very high-end stuff to be sent in. And so what I wanted to do was just kind of see how they did it, see how they grade. I know there's some nuances to grading modules that I'm not so sure they're going to pick up on. So maybe this will help you decide if their grading is worthy of, will there be a difference in pricing? Or is it a kind of a not something for our industry? I'm in the fence on this. I think that for a very high-end item, a very rare item, it does make some sense. For an item that is common, it makes, in my opinion, 0 sense. These are kind of in the middle. I would not send any of these in if they weren't first prints. Because they're first printing and they're in good shape with a couple flaws, I think it's probably worth sending in simply because first prints aren't very common. So let's go over the three, and we'll give you an idea of what I've noticed as my experience of grading over the years. So it's a pretty good copy. This is D3. It does have a little bit of dirtiness on the edge here and a little bit of spine creasing. It's not too bad. So I think the biggest cover flaw is going to be the corners are a little dinged on all four corners. Those are going to be what I think they're going to hone in on a little bit. Back cover is pretty clean. The interior, this is where I would note some flaws. And I'm not so sure they're going to pick up on this. So we have the map pages still being attached. So in my eyes, that's a key thing because that's always missing on these, some of these modules. It does have very, very, very light staple rust. I think it's going to be very hard for you to see it on this camera. I mean, it's a hint, and I'm going to go into the middle of this one and see if I can pick it up on the center fold here. So even on the center fold is actually not bad. I mean, you can just see a hint of it on the paper here where it's kind of bled just slightly on one of the prongs. There's no writing in this one. This is a very clean copy. I think it's a very nice copy, but we are going to see what they say. Has nice white pages, has nice coloring. So of the three, that's probably the best. Okay, so D3, we'll set that aside. And I'm going to show you a little bit more on how we do this. So let's go with S2. And same in terms of the outer cover. I think, they're going to pick up on the little bit of corner dings there. Front has no writing or anything on it. Same on the back. Very nice crisp colors. Here's my issue on this one. The previous owner wrote some campaign noting on this top part here. That's in pen and can't be erased. it is obviously noted there. If I were to, you know, say something, I would note it. Does have staple rust. These staples have noticeable rust on them. And the other thing I don't think they're going to note really is that this page is, the tear out page is loose. It is present, but it is loose. So I don't know that they're going to notate that in any way. And then you can see a little bit of staple bleed on the pages there in the corner. No writing inside aside from that first page that I noted. It's clean and it is sharp. It's a nice copy, but it does have, in my opinion, several things. I would probably grade this about a very good near mint in my grade scale, noting that the writing is there and that the tear out page is loose and that there's staple rust. It is nice and crisp and clear, and I think it will display very, very good. So that's my opinion on the S2. And then here we go on S1, the Tomahor's original first print. You can see on the bottom there. Does have a little slight discoloration. I don't know if that was, you know, oils or something maybe on it. A little bit more spine creasing on the spine. Same corner wear that you have on the other ones. Then we have the same issue of, on the first page, there is a campaign notation for the hex that they put it in on their campaign. It does have a little bit of staple rust, all the staples. There is no writing interior. There is no torn out pages. You can see a little bit of staple rust on there. Again, these are nice and crisp copies. Both booklets are there. So again, I don't know how they notate that, how much expertise they have on their ability to know what's complete and what's not. So we will kind of see what we get back on these three from them, and then I will add that to this latter part of the video to see how it all kind of comes together. So in order to send these to them, I'm going to pack them up, and then we will show you, I will show you how I'm sending them to them. I will show you the invoicing and stuff, so you can get an idea of what the pricing and whatnot will be. All right, I'm going to pause it now, and we'll be right back. All right, let's talk a little bit about how we're getting it to them. So here's the box that we're sending it in. It's been wrapped up, layered in there, very nicely protected, so we shouldn't have any issues. We just throw a label on there, UPS label, and it'll be down to them. Now I'm paying to ship it to them. I'm not using their shipping labels, but they have an option on there. You don't need any of the top stuff. So how it works is these go in under the magazine section. There is you would type in Advanced Dungeons and Dragons and then module, and then you will, it's kind of like you would put in the comic and then the issue number, but instead of the issue number, you're putting the module number. So they have S1 as a module, S2 as a module, D3 as a module, and then they give you some options. Like for D3, there was the different printing. There was 2 different covers for that. So there was an 80s option. What I didn't like is, although S1 has a first printing option, S2 did not. So I hand wrote a little note on each one of my baggies that these were first prints. Hopefully they notate that, although with the cover, you are able to see that it is a first printing cover. The problem is, if they don't know what they're doing, or if they don't know how to make sure that the contents are matching, you could conceivably send a interior that is not a first print with a good module cover that is a first print. So, you know, maybe this stuff will get shaken out over time as they get better at it. You know, hopefully getting some people in there who have at least had some training or know how to go and get, know where to go to get information. The cost. All right, so magazine, each magazine costs, or each module costs $25 to grade. I have an associate's membership, so I get a 10% discount on that, so I'm paying $22.50 for each one of these. There's a $5 handling fee per order, so now the $5 more. And then they charge you a return shipping fee for the order of $20. If you're putting in different grading, different categories, so if I put a comic in here, that would be a separate category, that would get a separate shipping charge. So one time I did a Silver Age comic and then a Modern Age comic. Each of them has their own category, so they charge me 2 different shipping charges for that. Not thrilled with their shipping costs to return to me, but they do a nice job. It's very well packed and it has nice handling and stuff. So the total was like with all the handling, $97-ish all in. So we are gonna. Today is August 11th. This will go out on August 12th, Monday. Today's Sunday, so it'll go out on the Monday. They are currently saying they have a 19-day-ish turnaround time, so theoretically I should have this back by the end of the month, so we will have better, we'll have the second part of this video when it gets back to us. So thank you. We will be sending this off now or tomorrow, and hopefully you will see the other half of this within a couple weeks, and we'll see if they caught what I caught. Thanks for watching, guys. See you on the next one.